sweet spirit here. Edwards Place is such a soothing place. It is just so calming and just makes you feel so at home when you're in these wonderful rooms amongst all the.
Oh, and
the
Mrs.
old-
Edwards is always
Just
so kind.
wait. I'm talking. I'm talking.
Now,
I'm
sister,
sorry. She's.
sister,
We
I
haven't
have
been
older,
here long.
we may be twins, but I
No,
have 5
no, no.
years. All right.
I'm Julia.
Go ahead, excuse us. Go ahead.
Julia Holmes, Mrs. Julia Holmes. This is my sister, Mary Wells. We're twins. We've been coming to Edwards Place for many years. We came here when we were younger, and it was such a wonderful place. Mrs. Edwards is here. She's here tonight. You'll get to meet her. She's just such a lovely person. You'll like her. This place has just been one of our favorite spots in the world, don't you think?
Oh, I do. I know just how you feel, sister.
Oh,
It's such a fine
So
place,
nice.
and Mrs. Edwards is such a sweet lady. I just really love her. And I remember when my Charles died, 1854 of cholera. Mrs. Edwards was so kind. And remember, Mr. Edwards was an attorney, just like my Charles.
yes. Mhm.
And Mr. Edwards and the other attorneys in Springfield, Mr. Logan,
Mr. Logan, I remember Mr. Logan, yes.
Mr. Stewart,
Mr. Stewart, yes.
and of course, Mr. Lincoln.
Mr. Lincoln. He was
They were
here.
so kind and helped with all the complicated legal business after my Charles passed. They were such a blessing to me.
He passed in 1854. Oh, those were dreadful years for us. We lost so many of our children. Do you think that there has ever been another set of twins like us who lost so many children? 5 each? All in the same time.
Oh, I don't know, sister, 10 children between the two of us in such a short time. I don't know, but we did have such a blessing. We always had each other to lean on.
Yes.
I remember we lost so many of our neighbors, they lost their children, and we lost so many of our children, but at least we had each other. I remember little Johnny died first. Remember, he had the little blonde hair, and he was such a sweet little boy.
He was sweet. And then it was my Henry. And Henry was just 2. He was such a slight little boy. He was never well, but I didn't expect him to pass. And then I lost my Julia. She was 2 also. It was just such a sad time.
Oh, scarlet fever. That's what it was, scarlet fever in 1857. Remember how it swept through Illinois? Killed so many people. We lost so much. My little Helen died first, after Johnny. She was just 6. And then my Julia, who was named after you, sister.
I remember her. She was such a sweet girl. Was she 14 or 15 when she passed?
She was 14. Not quite a woman, but not still a child. Oh, such sad memories.
Yes, so sad. And then I lost Frank. Frank was 6, and I was with child. I was with Mary when Frank died. That was such a hard time. Such a hard time.
Oh, and then remember Mary went shortly after Julia, and then Helen at only 6. Oh, we've had such tragedy, sister. Enough of this sad talk. We are back. We are at Edwards Place.
Yes.
We haven't been here in 100 years, and we need to enjoy the surroundings and all of our friends who are back. It's such a wonderful time of year to be at Edwards Place. So I think we should finish our stitching. And don't let us keep you. There are others here tonight who would like to meet you. As a matter of fact, Lily is in the dining room, and she cannot wait to meet her new friends. Thank you
Love
for
to talk to
joining
you.
us.
Thank you. Please come this way.
Have a good time.
The dining